spot just like that, you know.
Everything was beautiful, including you. You're so beautiful. Thank you.
It was a very happy time over there.
Day before, I wanted to ask Marilyn, this Canadian some singers to do the talk. Then yesterday I
Did you want to
forget.
ask me? What did you want?
Can you hear clearly or no? Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, actually, day before, I want to ask you. You know the singers from Canada.
Oh.
Do the tour celebration things, but then I forget.
Oh dear.
Yeah. When I was during the practice, I remember I wanted to say that, but finish the practice, everything's gone.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
I think of it once a day. That's it.
So the song is okay, clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Good.
Yes.
I reset the computer.
Good.
I recognize something wrong there. So yesterday also I cannot do the Facebook Live too.
You what?
Oh, yesterday morning I cannot go to the Facebook. Something wrong my computer, so that's why I did a reset.
Oh.
Okay, so now we have many Marylines.
No, not so many.
No.
I thought I changed my name back.
We have only one.
Oh no, it's only one.
She's
It's
sitting
changing everything. Everything's a change.
sitting right by me. Only one I can see. I can see only one.
So that is like good teaching for you. Whatever we say is temporary. Not always like that.
Another lesson in impermanence.
Yes, I see many Marylines. 1 minute, I say, many Marylines, it's all gone.
Okay, who woke me up?
Oh, David, wake you up?
Yeah. She's here.
That's good.
I did it, Campo.
Yeah.
You did it. You do always a good job.
Oh, thank you.
Like when you beat the drum.
Caribbean style.
My daughter is coming this week, and I've been doing some extra stuff. That's she's coming to visit Thursday.
Your daughter is coming to visit you?
Yes, she's going to be here for the long weekend.
I see. Okay, so then that means you are not coming to here, yeah?
Well, I don't know. I already told her she has to do one practice with me. So she'll be for one of the practices. You mean for the Zoom? Yes.
No. I mean that you're coming to Virginia to.
Oh no, not this
Yeah.
time. I wanted to, but yeah.
Okay.
But we'll get to do it. Don't worry.
We don't know, Campo. Emptiness. Everything can happen.
And everything is changing all the time. So who knows?
Okay, so now people are coming in. So usually we have a lot of people in the Saturday, Sunday. I think they have to coming in. Maybe they're tired. Yesterday, Boom Talk makes tired.
Tempo, what it did though for me is it woke me up again, and then I couldn't go to bed till like 1 o'clock in the morning. So maybe it'll wake some people up and then they can't sleep. So then they're tired.
It happened to me. Yes, I couldn't go to bed till around 2 a.m. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Also, it is 1:30 something, but I wake up early.
Campo, I had the opposite. I get sleep very fast. Also in the practice, I don't know what happened when we did the repetition. I start to get sleepy very easily. I don't know why.
That's good.
Yeah, I try to maintain. Elvira kicked me with the drum, and then I went. And she hit me. and I wake up.
I play a couple in the drum and a couple on David.
I am a drum also.
Okay, so now great. Everyone, good morning. Someone, please, can you wake up everyone? We need the protection for the practice.
Okay. All right, I'll get closer.
Application to Tara, so you can follow the book and you can follow together. You can sing yourself, follow this one. No, the only just listening. You can follow her to sing.
Ma chi wa me pe chi yong na yong ji zen la mo ro ma ju ti san chen kan la ti tar ma dan ju ba gan le chat so rang chi ka in ber ma hi ber sen yong mo dang de jer wa yi ma khor war chen be san chen la yong ha mo cho chi cha de so chin yang ni che la ma chi ba他年此个几张呢？真他年别离我啦，永远的歌拉米家的所。都本个哇人个身，同你共本么些本，下哇年别用哇啦，用真别。家的所，三让兄你们一起啦，你是真被我瞧起，接待是将。中巴南，特你们接拉米家的所，养的个东拉你是将，见人接等着。hi si don la mong ba la yong gen chen ji la mi cha de so jin de nang ke can ye见你的也没去，大东。
mi gang zi la yong zong sam ji ji xia de so.
Thank you, Swanla. So next time we have one by one have to sing like that way, yeah? Okay, so now we go to page 3, the opening prayer. Oh, Mother Saint Beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstacles who harm me, and those who create obstacles to my path to liberation and damnation. May they be experience happiness, be separate from suffering, and save the way, establish them in the still ones our path, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. Oh, Mother Saint Beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstacles who harm me, and those who create obstacles to my path to liberation and damnation. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering and safely. Always establish them in the state of answer path, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. Dalai Dhamma Siveda, no Parasivege, Tarvadan Damje Jembe Barade Jubarasiva Damje Jasosebe, Mananga Danyambe Zenjen Danje Dewa Dande, Dungara Danda Nyurde Lana Meba Yanda Barazobe Zanjo, Rumboje do Barza. Thus unto I achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. Unto death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Kanduru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deities of the mandalas of the Yadam. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dharkas, darkness, and the Dharma gardens, possessors of eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the example of the Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas invested the enlightened mind and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path, true for the benefit of all beings, giving birth to Bodhicitta and apply myself to complete the stage of the path. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge under enlightenment reach, by the merit of Janarasta and other good deeds. May I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all Mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in economity, free from attachment, aversion. Go to the, skip the long 7 long prayer. Change a short mandala offering. The ground is sprinkling with the scented water and is strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Meru, the spring mountain, the 4 continents, and the sign the moon. As Buddha said, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha said. To the Lamas, who is the possessor of the 3 kayas, I offer the altar in the sacred offerings. With my body, with and all that is visible, please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through postations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Om Guru Renamandala Punzamanga Samandra Savaran Samaya equal refuge, ornament of the world. Your fame provides literators and words. You are the victor, Vajradhara Vidwa Jot. I bow at the feet of Father Jiti Songo. Continue the thing of no one but you. Compassion, one grant your blessing. Dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unliberated nature of mind. Please stand aware of Dharma, of the two wakers and their combination. According to this position and likewise the mental capacity of a thinking being. So now we go to the Manjushri.
Kempo, you're muted. You're muted.
Oh, what happened? I didn't move to somebody. Invisible beings mute. Okay, so now we go to the long press to Manjushri, page 32. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of the clouds of the two worlds, and perceive the velocities of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart. He has compassion for all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance in the prison of samsara. As a father for our only son, like a thunderclap, he awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the chant of karma through the 60 branches of Haramana's speech. He wears the wisdom sword to cut the settling of suffering and to dispel the darkness of confusion. In the Bodhisattva's form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels, and perfect in the body of all knowledge. A supplicate you, Manjushri, adorned by the 112 sons of Buddha, to dispel the darkness of my ignorance. You who are the perfect youthful body, whose form of wisdom blesses, and dispel the darkness of worldly ignorance, are posted before you and praise you, Manjushri. At the heart chara is the sun disk on which attains the home mom syllable, surrounded by mantras circling clockwise. Okay, so we go all the way in order like ready from the mantra, in evoking all the blessings and image of all the Buddhas, which dissolve into the mom syllable. Again, like ready and transform the outer universe into the pure lane and purify all the obscuration of thinking beings who are then transformed into Manjushri or are reciting the mantra together. The light then returns to the C syllable. Om Wange Shoramo, Om Wange Shoramo, Om Wange Shoramo, Om Wange Shoramo. Om Wange Shoramo, Om Wange Shoramo, Om Wange Shoramo, Om Wange Shoramo. So now, when we finish the teaching, we have to finish that this solution way. So please remind, okay, if I forget to go back to Manjushri practice. Accidentally I went into the mantra section. So now we are in the mantra. You can chant the Om Wange Shoramo, Wange Shoramo. So when finish the teaching, then we can continue finish the prayer. Or we can leave it there until evening. So then evening we're going to finish it. That's I think is better. Then whole day you are in the mantra section. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you today is stage of meditation. So create bodhicitta intention. when you listening teaching, so you have to, what to say, to follow the many rules or follow the many change. Your most important is change intention. Just pay attention to the teaching. So then everything is included there. So the stage of meditation, we almost going to finish. So this stage of meditation teaching follow the introduction, main body of the text, conclusion. So we finish first the introduction part. Then we come into the main body of the text, has a chapter 8. So we are the end last chapter, how to meditate on the completion stage of wisdom. So this chapter is the result actually. Other all is we can say is cause. So this meditation completion stage is result. Most important section. This completion stages. So now, which page we are? Measure, please.
We're on page 126 at the top, Kempo.
126.
Yes.
Let's see. So we finished the 124, yeah? Okay, so now we are in the 126. So this is how to meditate on the completion stage of wisdom. So when we meditate the completion stage of wisdom, so we have to resting our mind completely, like relaxing the mind in its natural state. So then when your mind is into the natural state, so there is the vivid, open, clear awareness. So that's mind nature. So talking about the mind nature is empty. That's the reason, you know, it's mind is we cannot find the use of the logic and investigate. Is all the thousand Buddhas never found the mind. So then how can find the scientist's mind? But the mind is a cause of samsara and the nirvana. So that's why it's complicated. You cannot say mind is not nothingness. Mind is the cause of samsara and the nirvana. Mind is no exist. All the thousand Buddhas never found the mind. So that reason is emptiness. And then that mind is empty, is no nothingness. We already talked vivid, open, and the clear awareness. So that's what we have to really understand. Very important. Mind is openness means dharmakaya. So dharmakaya is like same as a space. So mind is free from all these dualistic thoughts. Then become mind, so no any boundaries. It's same as the space. That's why it's open. It's called dharmakaya. So now our mind is actually it's a conceptual thought dualistic, so it's limited, not openness. Our mind is limited. The reason is because we have a conceptual thoughts, dualistic thoughts. One day we are free from dualistic, free from conceptual thoughts. The mind is openness, same as the space. So all Buddha's mind is same as the space, openness, and then no any boundaries. So our regular beings, mind has the conceptual thoughts, all these dualistic thoughts, and then fixation, grasping. That's why we have a strong boundaries. Then mind is like our mind is not open and no, we don't have a, like same as Buddha's capacity, like recognize all, you know, the nature of a phenomena. So Buddha's mind is openness. So that's why all Buddha has wisdom, means everything understanding, all the phenomena, everything understanding clearly, because it's open and the clear awareness. So the mind that is clear, that means like actually no nothingness, always there. So that's why it's clear. Sometimes the clear means people think same as the light and the sun, something like that. That is a little bit misunderstanding. Clear means always there, present, and no seems like you close eye, like, you know, shut down everything. It's aware everything. So that's why it's called clear awareness. When you meditate, like not shut down everything, right? It's not same as lose your consciousness. So you have awareness, mindful, present, peaceful abiding. So that's always called clarity. So then how to recognize that? So we have to, this is like beginning, actually the page 120, I wanted to share a little bit, go back there. Look directly at the essence of the this mind, means like we have to look through our mind when you meditate. So that's actually most easiest one, but we create mostly difficulty, like complicated there. So that's why harder to look to our own mind. Actually, you just let go all the thoughts, you know, be with awareness. That means like log into your mind. So free from thoughts, grasping, you know, these fixations. Generally, usually, our mind is all the time follow the thoughts and the emotions, never stopped. So that means like our mind is not looking to the nature. Mind is looking to the object. Subject and object become. Mind is a subject, whereas follow the mind is the, you know, fixation to mind picking up object, that's always object. Thinking, thoughts, emotions, always object become. So that's actually we have like that way, it's like all the way 24 hours. So when you meditate, then you stop that. Mind is follow the object, you stop that. So then release thoughts. So then log to means like your awareness, mindful awareness, recognize into your mind is free from this object thought. So that means looking. So then when you look directly at your mind, essence of this mind, then what is like? Means really look into the nature of your own mind and see for yourself. Then that time you really see your natural mind. Means like see yourself means you see your natural mind. If you release your thoughts, mind not follow the object, resting, mindful awareness, log into your mind, then you see yourself. So usually we don't see ourselves. Sometimes really funny, like so much thought going on, we really don't recognize what's going on. So good things are always chant this supplication para. It's best prayer. So far I have the best one. If I don't recognize myself, what's going on in my mind. So then I chant that supplication para. If this word keeps really your mind is be with you and log into your mind. So I chant the silently, mentally, and it follow each word meaning, and then really log into that meaning, looking into myself, then log into the mind. So chant that slowly couple times, sometimes only one, just sometimes a couple times, sometimes only just beginning couple sentences. So your mind is become calm down, relax, and you recognize yourself. So I use this supplication para prayer is looking to my own mind. So some prayers are like that. So some short prayers. Then also we have the prayers to Jigten Sunggung. That also has a really powerful prayer too. So chant that into the meaning. It's then into your natural mind. Some prayers like follow the auto level. Some prayers like follow the secret inner level, so inner secret level. So that is always dependent individual level. People who don't do the meditate, then harder to connect with this secret level prayers. It's easy to connect with the auto level prayers. So auto level prayers, example, last night we have a short Pema Sambhava, the four sentence, like 2, 4 sentence, we chant that pour into the screenshot last night during the Bumso. So that prayer is very popular. That people chant all the time. And that prayer is really focus on auto level. But people who don't know how to meditate, that's why it's so easily connect with that prayer. Very easy to go into that connect with Pema Sambhava, use their prayers. So that's why this prayer is really popular in the public, in the Tibetan communities, because it's easy to connect with the Pema Sambhava. People always have some fears. They're always looking for something protection, auto level. They always think they are own regular, ordinary, beings. So Buddha is something immeasurable, peace, love, compassion, wisdom, have power to help others. So people think that. And then you use the auto level prayers, can connect with the Buddha. And fear, you chant that, you feel like you get some protection, connect with that. It helps your mind. So then supplication para is more inner level prayers. So then when you go into meditate, use that one. It's really powerful. So Aham Bong Dhamma Dada is, see, when you chant that, Aham Bong Dhamma Dada, you look into yourself. And you are no exist. Your mind is no exist. You are no exist. So then thoughts, emotions no exist. Our enemies no exist. So your job is no exist. Your family is no exist, because everything is Aham Bong. It's the same as dreaming, like no really exist there. So Aham Bong is same is like this. Today in the zone we come together. Everyone come into the zone is like that is the bone. But you really come into the zone, investigate. No one really come into the zone, because who can come into the zone? Everyone. Not possible to come into the zone. Everyone. It's like your divided like iPhone or iPad. Your computer is very small. Who can come all this? Sometimes 100 people come into the zone. But we are all apart to the zone is like same as a bird. So now we are in the like like until like we're going dissolution until it's like same as the living. So then when it's like we end of the meeting and it's go to dissolution, it's the same as the death. But you really look to that. There's a birth. They have a like living, old age, sickness, and then they have death and like become dissolutions. No really exist there. So who has realized emptiness? Same like that. Whole thing is like that. That's why it's called no birth, no old age, no sickness, no death. So then when you chant the Ambon Dhamma Dasa, you really recognize yourself is no exist. Then you can you can let go all the thoughts, emotions. Sometimes like you upset with someone. Okay, so someone telling you harsh words or like unpleasant, they play again your ear, and then they become your mind fixation to that. And then you're thinking about that again and again. So your mind is no peace and really hard to become, you cannot go sleep. And then you arise many thoughts, the emotions. So when that kind of situation comes, you look to yourself, Cha Ambon Dhamma Data. Actually, we are no born, no exist. Then this all the words is who created difficulties, problems, they are no exist. So then thoughts, emotions no exist. You look to that way, you look to yourself, really into your mind. So you be that way 5, 6, 10 minutes, then you can release all these emotions. So become your mind go into the peaceful. So actually your object, the whatever people says, this who create difficulties, they are there, but then anyway, your mind is not this. They're stuck with that. Your mind is liberate yourself. So that's the practitioners does, or the meditators does. When sometimes people think, oh, I'm meditator, practitioners, why I have these difficulties? That is misunderstand. Long as we are in samsara, we always have difficulties. Difficult situations arise all the time. One by one, you finish one, and you done that, another situation arises. Long as we are existing in samsara, so this different kind situation, the difficulties always arise. Long as the beaches exist, they always have a wave, right? Wave is always there. So then the difference is meditators recognize that and then use this practice. So, different kind of prayers, practice, use that, this all, whatever these difficult situations, not hurt our mind. So, not create like difficult ourselves, anything. That's the reason we can see so many like practitioners and the meditators, his stories, like what they did, all the stories. Like sometimes you go back to, sometimes you read this, his story means like this, some practitioners, the biography is really great. So you can learn something, you can, you understand the Dharma. So we're going to talking about next week, maybe starting way of Bodhisattva teaching. So we have to share the Shantideva story beginning first. So like that, then you learn that story, and then that story you understand, and then connect with the teachings. So usually in the tradition, in the Sheda, when we share the teaching, we always the first share the when we're going to share the teachings, like like same example, the way of a Bodhisattva, then we have to talk Shantideva's the biography first. So then go into the teaching. So that's always we do like that way in the Sheda, like kind of a tradition. So like that, you read this practitioner's biography, study, then you understanding what they did. They are no free from suffering, but they all this suffering, difficulty, emotions, whatever they have is taken into the path. These practitioners, life is some is really, really hard and difficult, but they use that put into the practice. So if we wanted to do that way, but at least we need ourselves first stable. Means like we have to understand the Dharma first and to connect with these prayers, Yadam Detis, teachings, and we meditate like ourselves shamatha, like more stable. Then when difficult situations comes, we can transform, means like use that for practice. But right now, really, really beginners, that is really hard. When emotion difficulty situation comes, we don't recognize, we just stuck with that problem. So that means like we are not practitioners. So that means we have to recognize ourselves, we are not practitioners yet. So that means we are recognized, we are really beginners. So then that means we have to put more effort to meditate shamatha and practice Yadam Detis, connect with more for this teachings, Yadams, more study Dharma. So then one day we are like more used to, our mind is more stable and connect with this Yadam Detis. So you understanding lots of Dharma teachings, you have knowledge. Then when difficulty, hard situation comes, you can take that into the path. So difficulty, emotion, take into the path means really, really good level, high level. Not easy. So some situation we can take right direction, but some is not everything. That's also like dependent situation too. So first we needed to take on the path is very easy ones, not that difficult situation ones. So if we wanted to take that on the path, at least we need mindful awareness. So if we don't have a mindful awareness, we cannot take into the path any situations, any like even very small like kind of a difficulty situation, we cannot take into the path. So we know ourselves situations. We have a very small, tiny problems. We create a bigger. So not just let go, right? So that we know ourselves what we're doing. So Dharma actually means Tibet is called Qi. Qi means changed. What we have to change? This samsaric impure mind is change to pure mind, change to the right directions. So that is called Dharma. So we're not going to change the actually world. We have to change our mind. Dharma means sometimes people think, you know, oh, I'm going to do this prayers for this. It's a good thought, but low to then individual ourselves is like mind is so much emotions, no stable and really crazy. But then we're saying, oh, we're going to have change this or other situations. So that is like just actually a little bit too much over going, right? So we have to think that, you know, like change the others means like first subdue our crazy mind. Then you can change others. If we don't subdue our own mind, how can change others? How can crazy change? Comes two crazy together, no easy. Let it be only one crazy, you know. Don't create two crazies together, right? So we are first ourselves is crazy, then we say we're going to change others crazy. Then really who is really crazy? Others crazy or we are crazy? So actually really we are crazy, right? So that's sometimes Dharma practitioners, like, you know, practitioner means who study Dharma, like practitioners, something like that. They don't change their own, but then use these 37 prayers, pointing for always others. They use their words and telling for others. That is the wrong direction because you have to pointing on ourselves, the use first ourselves. So you don't recognize where's the target. Shoot the arrow, right? You have to recognize target. Target is this 37 practice. Target is our emotions, not the pointing for others, used for giving to others, like you saying, you know, telling the others. That's many people does like that. So it's different than when we are in the monastery debating. Then one person is have to ask questions, debating, and others giving answers. So these two is like you saying like that, like, you know, telling is because it's like okay. They're not really that kind of like other is like, you know, the thing is mine is pure, yours is wrong. Not like that, but just actually the words telling, you know, like using this debate, that means clear up, you know, the misunderstand and help each other. That is a different debating. That time you have been said like strong words for others who going to ask question. The person can use this like words and to telling for others. Then other also give answer is very strong each other. So that's okay. That actually helps each other, kind of clean up each other. But no, you know, here and right now, not like that situation. Like many people, you know, regular lay people, so who, you know, like sanghas, then they use this word is like so for others. That is like totally wrong way, you know. Then first you have to use their own practice. So then you use for others is okay, but they're usually mostly practitioners don't do that. When you're teaching, it's different. You can explain what that means, but you use that word for okay, you're wrong. See, they use this 37 prayer, like pick up this couple words using for others. You have a wrong. You are, you know, like something. Some people, like example, upset something, then use that word for others. Say, oh, so you are no practitioner. You know, practitioners like this. Whatever this word, harsh word, whatever comes, they recognize that is a Dharma teaching, and then they respect to who's saying for that, you know, but you're not doing that, you are not practitioner. So that means like you just create yourself emotions too for push down others. So showing others error. And this 37 practice, like end of this, they didn't say you have to show others the problem and the error. They say you have to look to yourself and you recognize your problems. Right? Make sense or no? Okay, so that's why, that's the reason we sometimes like people get misunderstand, like, you know, using the words is not practice their own, like use the teaching is not on the practice own using, they use for something like telling for others. We cannot do that. So that's why also here says look directly at the essence of this mind. So we have to look to our mind. So look to our mind means there has so many different levels. So many different levels there going on. So this one is like secret level, highest level. Look into directly into your mind. Sometimes you can look to yourself what thoughts, emotions I have. Oh yeah, I'm crazy. You know, you recognize it, look to yourself, what are you doing? Oh yeah, I have like, you know, wrong thoughts. Oh yeah, I have like kind of desires. Yeah, I have like something strong grasping. I have like wrong intentions. So that kind of you recognize, look to yourself. 37 practice like say look to your errors. Means like you recognize your emotions. So this one, look to yourself means not only looking to your emotions, really look into your natural mind. So then look into your natural mind. What is it is like? Really look into nature of your own mind and see for yourself. Really see yourself. That means you really see your absolute truth nature. Not seeing yourself is like your body. If you wanted to see your body, then you just put in the big mirror in front of you, so you can see everything, right? But this look to yourself means not talking about look to your body and the face, you know, your eyes and these things. Look to yourself means like you look to your natural mind. So who can see this your natural mind? Your mindful awareness can see your natural mind, not the mirror. Okay. So now you can see yourself in the zone, but this one is not talking about that. Look to yourself is not talking about like that. Actually, right now it's look to yourself is really perfect. Auto level. I can see you, everyone. I can see myself clearly. Even I can see all my movement, what I'm talking, everything I can see clearly here. But not talking about that one, right? So not to look to your eye to see yourself. Mindful awareness, look to yourself. This eye look to yourself is all the time samsara beings does that. So this look to ourselves is mindful awareness have to look to ourselves. Then you really can see yourself. So once you have become convinced in this practice and you have a conviction, there's the sense of mind as being this vivid presence, but without anything to pinpoint or identify. So you really see yourself, seeing yourself, mind not exist any place located. It's emptiness, but no nothingness, always there, present, awareness. There is just this clear, vivid, open awareness that is present and aware, yet there's no possible way to articulate, conceptualize, or define. It has been like this or like that. It is just knowing, clear and unceasing, vivid, present, nakedly aware. It is like you are seeing something you never saw before. You are experiencing something you never experienced before. You know it. So that's the thing. When you meditate, you really see something you never recognized before. You feel something you never have before any experience. So that time, then you're really into your natural mindset. It's not deluded, no dualistic mind. So that time, then you can see something before never see. Means like always our mind is dualistic thought, conceptual thought. So you never see something before means no door, free from thought. When you are free from thought, your mind is peaceful. It's naturally happy, joy, bliss there. But you cannot identify anything there, like physical or object, pinpoint something there, because it's emptiness. So that's why it's like one way is simple, easy, one way is complicated. Why is it complicated? I'm beginning last time until now our mind is follow the thought, object. So without object, then we don't recognize what's going on. So always wanting something like pointing object something there. So that's already used to. So that is the samsaric brain's mind. So that's why as a scientist too, they're always looking something object there. So mind is no object. That's why they don't see the mind. They say mind is no exist. Yeah. So meditators the same, like they don't see anything object, but they recognize what mind means natural. Nature is they recognize. So I share many times, like say Buddhist is also is like philosopher is a scientist too. Buddha is a scientist, Nagarjuna is a scientist. All this Nalanda University philosopher is a scientist. So then they don't see anything exist, but they recognize reality, absolute truth, nature. So then scientists and other many nihilisms don't see anything, then they think, oh, no anything, no future life, no past life, no minds exist, only this one. So then only you say only this one, which one? You're talking about your body, mind, no, you're talking about your body, only this one means. So they don't have anything. So then there become this scientists and nihilism is get depressions. Some people that just got like suicide, like then the thing is nothing is there. So there become fear is like depression. So that is wrong way, wrong direction, misunderstand. But then meditators, philosopher, Buddhist philosophers, they don't see anything, but nothing seeing is their seeing. No exist is there. So it's complicated way, but have to find. So you really study this Mayamika teachings. Why is this all these things like appear to us? Because emptiness. That's why appear to everything for us. Yeah. So why is emptiness? Because everything is seeing forms. So it's different, you know, like usually we think emptiness means like opposite of the seeing object. So my Yaminka use logic is, why is emptiness? Because everything is seeing. It's clearly there, so that's why emptiness. Why is not permanent? Why is not permanent? Because it's emptiness. It's kind of logic is like really different than, you know, understand. So now you think about it, like we're seeing everything clearly here. That's why it's empty. It's like Zoom meeting. We have all this comes together. So we're seeing clearly. Why is it empty? Because seeing clearly. So now Yunta says that's why no exist. We're seeing everything clearly. That's why it's not exist. Okay. Now Yunta says, Dongbe Mengta says, so emptiness. That's why seeing clearly. So this two logic, you know. Now Yunta says means like everything appear to us. That's why no exist. Everything's emptiness. That's why no nothingness. So that's the correct word, you know, no nothingness. Everything's emptiness. That's why no nothingness. Emptiness can be appear to form, right? Everything's emptiness. That's why no nothingness. Yeah. Everything's appear to us. That's why it's no exist. That's the my Yaminka logic, but actually, regular people think it's a crazy word for that one. Really crazy words. If you don't study my Yaminka logic, that word is not make sense. That word is contradiction. So everything is seeing. What are you talking about? Emptiness, right? All its forms, that's why emptiness. Everything is clearly seeing, that's why no exist means like that contradiction for regular people. The Mayamiga understanding, seeing all forms, that's why it's no exist means like really no exist. So then all is emptiness, no nothingness. See, these two words is like for who don't study Mayamika, it's contradiction. All is emptiness, that's why no nothingness. But actually, why is all these forms appear to us? Because it's emptiness. That's why all forms appear to us. Why is emptiness? Because this all form seeing is no exist. So that's the logic of Mayamika. Okay, so that's the you have to think, you know, like when you really understand emptiness means no nothingness. No exist means like no nothingness. So it's there, but it's not inherently exist. So you really understand what emptiness means. All is interdependent, but it's not really anything inherently exist source there, but it's empty. So same is like right now we're seeing. So I can investigation one by one you here. If you are not exist, no possible way to exist in my computer. But you all appear to me is clearly. So what is appear to clearly for me is empty. Empty is appear to me. So that is the, you know, emptiness means everything like that. So then when we meditate, seeing something never see is like you really stop yourself. Look to your mind. Your mind is non-raw, non-conceptual, be present. So that is like you never see something before you see. Usually our mind is always follow the conceptual thoughts and the dualistic, never free from thoughts. So simple way, just look to your mind, release thoughts, look to yourself, your mindful awareness, recognize your present awareness, be there, no any thoughts. So that is you're seeing yourself. And then you have to use to that, not just seeing one time. If you don't use to that, then that's easy to go away. So our minds right away go into the conceptual thoughts. So we have to habituate. That's why Tibet is called say gom. Gom means like used to, habituate. Meditate, practice, meditate, habituate. So then one day we are used to that, habituate. So easy to get into that. When you easy to get into the, you can be in the nature, and then of course like you have pause meditation. And when you come into the meditation, you have pause meditation. So that's where we have to practice. We have to use to. When you are into there, then you have a good experience. Your mind become peaceful, and also like joy. You can get the blessing, bless your mind. So that experience arise. So then when you're into your natural mind, of course, always thoughts arise too. When you meditate, thoughts is never can stop. So thoughts always arise. When thoughts comes, so we already talked the last week. So this we said thoughts you will naturally be the thoughts how to release like within that state. When you meditate, whatever thoughts or emotion arise, simply recognize them. So just recognize them. By doing so, you will naturally be cleared like snowflake falling into a lake. So the snow is falling into the lake. Then this snow is not possible to stuck, into the lake. Snow is dissolved to the beach. So think about the beach. So snow is dissolved to the beach. Snow is not possible to stay in the beach. So meditators, when thoughts arise, thoughts not create problems. Thoughts dissolved, release. So snow is falling, same is into the beach. So that's the meditators does. Ordinary people, snow is falling into the coldest place, and the frozen ground. So snow is falling to frozen ground. What happened? Then snow is stuck there. Snow is stone in the stone. So that is the ordinary beings, thoughts, emotions like that. Meditator, practitioners, snow is falling into the ocean. So your mind must be same as the ocean. Your mind cannot be same as the frozen ground. If your mind is frozen ground, then this snow all is become stuck there, is create problems. So then you have to move the snow, and then you need lots of chores. So you have to do hardship, difficulty, right? So snow is falling into the beach. So you don't have to do anything. Snow is already just dissolved to the beach. So whatever thought, emotion arise when you meditate, you have to release. Not follow that. just liberate them. So then you by sustaining this over a long period of time, eventually you will experience being naturally in this state without having to place your mind there. Then even in the 4 daily activities, you will be in a state of even increase, make awareness of clarity and emptiness no growth. So that's the already we last week talked. Then you are really into your natural mind. You have 3 kayas. So 3 kayas is not auto level 3 kayas, like 3 kayas inner level. Your mind in emptiness is Dharmakaya, clarity is Sambhogakaya, and clarity, emptiness, inseparable is Nirmanakaya. So this is the secret level 3 kayas. So that's all also within our mind. Then when you meditate, when you look into the essence of a thought, so there's nothing to apprehend. You know, where is the thought located? The thought itself is no conceptual. So this makes you hurt, fear with joy and wonder. So that's already we talked last week. And I think today is 126, right? Or 128.
126.
The top of
126.
126.
Okay, so that's good. So then negative thoughts does not need to be rejected or read from your mind. So when you meditate, when negative thoughts comes, you have to reject that. No need to reject that. So this is the completion stage. Completion stage, like vipassana, resting mind, it's the same. You know, no need to reject the negative thoughts. So when you are into this meditation, we need to relax. You need body relax. You need your mind relax. So you are relaxed into your this natural state, and then you know, no need to push harder to try to stop the negative thoughts. Just let thoughts, emotions, negative arise, let arise. Let arise and simply recognize. So you recognize, then let go. Let go. Okay? So this be in the present. And the thoughts, emotion, no need to reject. Just whatever thoughts, emotion arise, no follow that, no accept. Just let go, liberate. Then you are more practitioner, you are more used to meditate. Then thoughts, emotion arise. You can watch the thoughts, emotions. Thoughts, emotions, this negativity is you can liberate the Dharmakaya. So that means like more practitioners, more higher level practitioners can do that way. So when thoughts, emotions arise, they see the thoughts, emotions, they are like separate with the thoughts, emotions. So then they watch the thoughts, emotions, they see the thought, emotion that also not exist. It's emptiness. So that means thought, emotion is transformed into the Dharmakaya, natural state. So that time then thought, emotion is causes of wisdom. So thought, emotions are causes of wisdom means like really good higher level meditators, not for regular people. Thoughts, emotions, wisdom is not easy for regular people. So someone who don't know how to swim and a really strong river, you are into the river, so you are suffering in the river. stuck with the river and you are just river, flowing or, carry you. So you are stuck you are suffering. Same like that, the regular people, we are stuck in the emotion and the thoughts. We are in the emotion, we are in the thoughts. So meditators, like, they are free from that river. So you can see that the crazy river, very strong, harsh, powerful, like dirty, falling down. But you are not in there. You can see what's going on the river. So like that is the people who can watch the thought, emotion means. So long as we are stuck in the emotion and the thoughts, then we cannot really watch the thought, emotions. That cannot really take into the wisdom. So beginners, good is like when you meditate, thought, emotion arise, just recognize, go back to rest in mind. Thought, emotion comes, recognize, go back to meditate. Sometimes the thought, emotions take away a couple of minutes. Then when you recognize, just go back to rest in mind. So that's the good way to do. Then watch the thought, emotion is only the practitioners can do that. They can play with the emotion and the thought. So if we beginners play with the emotion thought, the emotion thought is going to eat us. We're going to die. Okay. So emotion thoughts are very powerful, not easy. So that's why I don't play with them, okay? If you don't have that capacity and the level, just recognize, let go, recognize, let go is better. Otherwise, you just play with it like crazy tiger, lions, same like that, You are kids, you play with the tiger, you play with the lion, what's going on? They're going to eat. So who has like physically powerful, like can jump, can subdue the crazy lion and the tigers, then they can play with them. They're not going to die. So like that, This meditator, high Mahamudra practitioners, they can play with these emotions. They need the emotions for them. Very important. So then when that time emotion is like treasure for them. So not danger for them. So our beginners, emotion is emotion. It's negative. So when you get that level, higher level, there are no more negativity. See, the tigers, lions, the danger ones, who can subdue them, there's no danger for them. So someone like kids, see the tigers, lions, crazy ones, it's very dangerous, right? Don't play with them. Even don't go too close to them. Just watch them where they are. Then just run away, okay? That's it. So they don't play with them. Just let be there where they wanted to stay, be, Okay, so you have to know that way. And this meditator has so many different levels. Meditate is easy, but this method, we also have to recognize which level we are. If we don't recognize which level we are, so then we are going to die. So many meditators die. Actually, meditators are not that hard. The problem is like people don't recognize which level they are. So then that thing, I am meditator, I'm practitioner. They use like highest levels doing something. It's become they're crazy. So that's the reason we have to create accumulation merit and follow by our levels. you need not try to find some wisdom to counteract the negative thoughts. You don't have to find anything. Just recognize thoughts, emotion arise. So then you don't have to find anything solution for that. Recognize and just let it go. So you need not try to find some wisdom to counteract the negative thought. So this is talking about in the meditation, okay? In the samadhi, you don't have to find anything, but sometimes we are always in the samadhi meditation. Not always in the meditation. We are in the pause meditation. When we are in the pause meditation, you can find solution. So think about this is called stage of meditations, many different levels of meditations. Here is talking about you need not try to find some wisdom to counteract the negative thoughts. This is not talking about all this stage of meditation, whole thing. This is talking about only in this completion stage part, meditation. So when you are in the love meditation, you have to find solution. So your mind is anger and not happy with others. Then you have to find, this solution is love meditation. Love meditation is not complete stage of meditation. So that's part also sometimes like people misunderstand. You have to understand that like when we have to find a solution, what means not find a solution means. This don't find a solution is the completion stage and the resting mind. So that time, if you're looking something solution, your mind is distracting, agitated. So then your mind is not resting. Okay? So even you get something positive solution, that also become actually agitated and in the distraction for your resting mind meditation. So we don't have to find something solution. Wisdom means only during the mind resting absolute truth nature. Not talking about the pause in the pause meditation. In the pause meditation, you always have to find, when you go into the town in the city. So sometimes like you see these people so much they're going on, you pause it yourself or like your mind is like overwhelming yourself, something going on. Then you just think about love, compassion, tolerance, and recognize all these beings is suffering, just recognize the suffering impermanent. There's always a different kind of solutions. So we have to apply that. So if we don't apply that, then we lose our patience, and we, then we lose all this, our, everything, like kind of like, then just we go back to regular, same is like never someone had Dharma before like that, just ordinary, more ordinary, go back to that situation if we don't look to some solutions. So 37 practice look to solution is for that, look to yourself means, then we have to look to ourselves, what's going on ourselves, situations. We have to find a solution like 4 thoughts, love, compassion, bodhicitta, all these 6 parameters. We have to find these solutions for our practice. So then when you are into the meditation, rest in mind, still you're going to use this all the solutions, then you are become crazy, right? So that's the, you know, when you in the airplane, so still you say I'm going to walk. So that is the, you know, you don't have to walk in the airplane. So you're going to get where you're going to go. So you just sit there, it's okay. Maybe some crazy people when get in the airplane, then they don't know the, you know, when they're going to get there. So they think they have to walk in the airplane, walking, use the 2 legs. So like that, you know, same situations. When you get in the airplane, you don't have to use 2 legs. Just sit down, right? You just sit down there, relax. So you get where you're going there. Okay. So then you are in the ground and you are not in the airplane. Then you have to use 2 legs. If you are not in the car, or so you have to go. You use 2 legs. That's like you have to recognize where you are, which place you are, which situation you are. So this teaching Dharma practice is actually one way is easy to learn. The one way is like each level has different solutions, methods, you know, that is the hardest to apply. Sometimes it confuses the people, like say, oh, no need to apply anything. Yeah, we don't have to do anything. Sometimes we say we have to do so much. We have to do Gurum Bum So. This 100,000 accumulation, so offerings. So, oh yeah, what is that going on? You know, there's contradiction, right? But practitioners is no contradiction. Like say the beginner level is a contradiction. These words. So who are really into the practice level, higher level, there are no contradiction that. So all practices for them is the same. But then of course the beginner level, we need something different kind of solutions. We have to find these things. So when you are into the Shama, the resting mind, Mahamudra level, then you need not try to find something wisdom to contract the negative thoughts. Whatever is holding you down, if you realize this extraordinary path, in which simply recognize whatever arises, enables it to naturally release on its own. So just recognize, release its own nature. So that is the same as like I'll give you the many examples. Same as the snake. Snake knock. Their own neck, right? Neck or knock, I think knock. No neck, knock. It's like kind of like happening something like
Not.
not. Snake, they're very long. They're knock, or how to say?
Not.
Not.
Not their own like this, okay?
Not.
Snake, not their own. That's correct?
Yes.
Mary say not.
Snake not their own. What does that mean? Can they get out of the knot themselves?
Then yes, then you don't have to. Somebody try to like try to do the knock there.
They can't
know.
unknot themselves.
They not themselves.
They knock themselves.
They unknot themselves.
Yes.
Someone tried to do it, it become tighter and tighter. They can never.
Well, a ball python can form itself into the shape of a ball, and it can constrict and do all kinds of things, and then it can release. So I say yes, they can unknot
Okay, so
themselves.
just very simple way, okay? So if this one I did like this knock, someone have to do this knocked. Otherwise, there's always a stay like that. Snakes, they're just that's their own, but no one have to do unknocked. They just naturally
Yeah,
release their own.
they are not themselves.
Yeah. So think that, that is an example. What happened is like, if in which you simply recognize whatever arises, enable it to naturally release on its own. So whatever thought, emotion arise, you don't have to find a solution, something to release for that. Just recognize, simply let go. Then naturally they release on. Same as the snake knocked, it's unknocked naturally, their own. So you don't have to put any effort to create that. Then you will become a Buddha in one lifetime. So you can become Buddha one lifetime. If strong desire emotion arises, do not follow after it or get lost in it. Very strong desire emotion arises. So do not follow after it or get lost in it. So don't follow that. So now it's like I already shared, like going to more deeper level practitioners, highest level one. So this is who can do this one, then Buddha is almost there. Buddhahood is enlightenment is almost there. But we are beginners. We don't have to think about, I cannot do this. Don't put yourself pressure. So long as we also hearing this teaching and, become like we have put karmic influence in that. So that's also like already free from samsara after many lifetimes. So the person is like already like kind of damaged the like root, samsara's root. So this one is I already told you, like very high level practitioners can do that, but not for this beginner level. So it is strong desire emotion arise. Do not follow after it or get lost in it. Instead, look directly into the essence of that desire and rest your mind there without wavering. So when this desire arises, desire emotion arises, we don't follow that, then we look to directly into the essence of that desire. We look to the desire. So now I already just told you, like you can play with emotion and the thought. The person looking to that desire. And rest your mind there without wavering. So then you just don't have to do anything, like don't have to find a solution. You just see desire emotions arise and your mind there without wavering, just no need to do anything, just rest the mind. Then what happens? This desire emotion is become transformed into the wisdom. Because the desire emotion when arise, you look to that into the essence of that desire and emotion. So when you look to the desire, that emotion, that desire emotion is rootless, groundless, is not exist. Not exist. So you see the desire emotions emptiness. It's become desire emotion is transformed to the Dhammakaya. So this is the, come from, 5 wisdom is come from. So now, think about our ordinary people has 5 afflictive emotions. These 5 afflictive emotions create 6 realms. Yeah, that's ordinary beings. Emotion, object, the appearing is 6 realms. So meditators, when this 6 afflictive emotion arise, you look to the desire first. Think about only example desire arise. So you look to the desire. Desire is no exist. Desire it himself is emptiness. Desire it himself is no ground, no root. It's just emptiness. Transform to the emptiness desire. So that wisdom is both the wisdom is called the, I think, discriminating wisdom or something. You know, wisdom is Buddha Amitabha. So that's the reason we have 5 wisdoms. Same example, anger. When anger arises, ordinary people, anger is causes of herring. You know, projecting or result or appearance is herring, anger. But this meditator anger arises, they look to the anger. Anger is rootless, groundless, and no exist, is emptiness. So your mindful awareness recognize, seeing that this anger is no exist. That is called wisdom. It's like mirror like wisdom. Mirror like wisdom. You seeing anger is no exist. So then that wisdom is called mirror like wisdom. So then you have become Buddha Vajrasattva. So think about that way. You know, it's very simple, easy way. It's also, it makes sense. And really important section. So we recognize where is Buddha is come from, where is samsara is come from, exactly there. You know, so 1 ground, 2 path, 2 result means. So regular, ordinary people, this anger arises, is causes of samsara herring. See, these meditators, when anger arises, so it's become causes of mirror like wisdom. So then you are become form body, is like usually we call Buddha Vajrasattva, but actually just mirror like wisdom. So that's it. You have to know that. So then all this 5 afflictive emotion is arise to the 5 Buddhas. So you really think that way, then you understanding absolute truth of 5 Buddhas. So we always follow by ultra level 5 Buddhas. This ultra level 5 Buddha is important. Of course, like when we are the beginners, we don't know the inner and the secret level. So very important for beginners, ultra level 5 Buddhas. But then where is this ultra level 5 Buddha is arise? Where it come from? So come from our inner level 5 wisdom. It arise to the ultra level 5 Buddhas. So people who don't know the inner level 5 Buddhas, we introduce ultra level 5 Buddhas and then recognize inner level 5 Buddhas. So this 5 Buddha is all is within our own natural mind. So one natural mind has 5 different aspects, 5 different wisdoms. Make sense or no? Do you understand what I'm talking about? See, one ground means one nature mind. So then that actually has 5 wisdoms arise. That is nirvana, enlightenment. One natural mind, if follow the delusions, 5 afflictive emotions arise, go to the samsara. So then one natural ground, 2 path, 2 results. So that's the in the Kindle prayer, Molam says 2 path, 2 results. Why is 2 path? Because this emotion is path to take to the samsara, wisdom take to the nirvana. So one ground is the ground is the natural mind. One natural mind we have. So that natural mind is follow the delusion, then is projecting all this subject and object, follow the delusions, create, then is five afflictive emotion arise. So that result is a samsara. So afflictive emotion, delusion is a path, take to the samsara. Then one ground, one nature, but its path is wisdom. If we have this five wisdom arise in the path, it becomes enlightenment, Buddhahood. So that's it's very clearly, it's very good information here. Followed by this five Buddhas, you know. This is absolute truth of five Buddhas, not somewhere else. It's five Buddhas, it's all is our own mind, within our own mind. So five different aspects, wisdom. So when you desire arise, so low to the desires no exist, you know. Just you can play with the desire. We already told some practitioners play with them, right? So play with them means like desire is not control you, you are not stuck in the desire. You see the desire is no exist there. So then that's mindful awareness. So seeing the desire is your wisdom, seeing the desire is no exist. So that's called wisdom. Discriminating wisdom. And anger arise. You see that anger is rootless, groundless. That wisdom is called a mirror like wisdom. So like that, you know, five afflictive emotions followed by the five desires. So desire is good for the practitioners. Emotions, I mean, these emotions, good for the higher level practitioners, not for our beginners. Then when desire arises, it is rootless and groundless. So this is known as not rejecting desire, but rather as desire purified into its own nature, desire liberated in its own ground. So that it itself is discriminating wisdom. So discriminating wisdom, correct what I'm thinking of discriminating wisdom. I don't have a certainty for this desire, you know, recognize wisdom is discriminating or maybe some other ones. But it's correct, I told the discriminating wisdom. So that part is follow the desire. So then we can use the anger, jealousy, and pride, ignorance. So the other four, also same thing. Same idea, same logic, same method. So here is just talking about the desire specifically. So that means that is example. All other afflictive emotions the same like that, where you have to use wisdom. So this is known as no rejecting. Desire means like this is known as no rejecting anger. So same like this. This is known as no rejecting pride, no rejecting jealousy, no rejecting ignorance. So like that, yeah. But there are desire purified into its own nature. So then anger is purified its own nature. Pride is purified its own nature. Ignorance purify its own nature. So like that, you know, liberate its own ground. Into its own nature, desire liberate its own ground. So that itself is discriminating wisdom. That itself is Buddha Amitabha. So that is the absolute truth of Buddha Amitabha. when we chant the Buddha Amitabha prayer, so one is sadhana, is the long sadhana. Where is Buddha Amitabha? Buddha Amitabha is on your mind. So that's the, it's this one. It's absolute truth, Buddha Amitabha. Then supplication Tara also, the word Tara, Tara is our own natural mind. So Tara is no any other than your natural mind. So like that, all the Buddhas, when you practice, so they are not separate from your own mind. So they are all is same as your natural mind. This Buddha is not somewhere else, ultra level. This all is within in your mind. So that is absolute truth. Understand. So then here is like that is it itself is Buddha Amitabha. Then also like anger purified and jealousy. This all followed by 5 Buddhas. In the same way, at the arising of the 5 emotional poisons, do not follow after or indulge in them, but log into the essence and rest there. By doing so, the emotion and the thoughts are pure in their own ground, are naturally free in their own nature. So they are just naturally they release own nature. So now we have a couple of minutes, so I wanted to go to this footnote. So says like at the arising of the 5 emotional poisons. So 28, the number there is a slightly more elaborate enumeration of destructive mental states. The 5 poisons are: 1 is desire, first one. The second is aversion, anger. 3rd is ignorance. 4th is pride, and the 5 is jealousy. So the 5 Buddhas are the heads of the 5 Buddha families. They are: 1 is Vairochana Buddha family, Akshobhya Vajra family, Vinasambhava Vina family, Amitabha Thema family, and Amongaside Karma family. So then this is associated with the 5 wisdoms, these 5 Buddhas. So the 5 Buddhas are the heads of the 5 Buddha families. So there are: 1 is Vairochana Buddha family. It's the central Buddha, Vairochana is right. Sometimes I forget these 5 Buddha directions. So Vairochana is in the central Buddha, is wisdom, it's the Dharma Dharma wisdom, I think. Dharma Dharma wisdom. Then Akshobhya Vajra family is east Buddha. Second one is the wisdom is I think it's like mirror like wisdom. That's correct. Mirror like wisdom. And then Rena Sambhava, Rena family is south. So which wisdom that one is? Anyone remember?
Equanimity.
Pride. It's pride.
Pride is emotion, but it's wisdom is equanimity.
Yes.
Equanimity, yes.
Equanimity wisdom. Okay, equanimity wisdom. So then number 4, Amitabha Thema family is west. So that is the discriminating wisdom. And then Amongaside Karma family is which wisdom is we left? Is that is the north.
Accomplishing.
Huh? Or accomplishing wisdom, accomplishing wisdom, accomplishing wisdom. Thank you.
Which one is
So,
my?
that's,
Amor.
so then this wisdom is associated with these 5 Buddhas, yeah? So you think about that. Okay, so where is this wisdom is? So associated 5 emotions. Who has 5 emotions? We have 5 emotions, right? Okay. So now we go back to think about followed by these emotions. First one is Vairochana Buddha family. First one is which emotion associated with this one? The roar. Ignorance, right? I think so. Vairochana is associated with ignorance.
Ignorance, yes. It's
Yeah.
ignorance. Yes.
So we have ignorance, yeah. So when you meditate this Mahamudra, you ignoring arise, you seeing ignorance. The ignorance is rootless, groundless. You play with your ignorance. So you release, liberate your ignorance. So that wisdom is Dharma Dark wisdom. So that, see, you have that wisdom. So that wisdom is arise Buddha Vairochana. See, Vairochana Buddha is actually our wisdom. So we have become Buddha Vairochana. Okay, Buddha Vairochana is not somewhere else. As long as your ignorance liberate, you are Buddha Vairochana. Then second one is Ashobhiya Vajra family. So think about here, we talk about desire. When anger arises, the second is followed by anger. Anger arises, aversion arises. So use mind for awareness, no rejecting anger, seeing the anger, look to the anger. The anger is rootless, groundless. Then you don't have to find any other solutions, just its own liberate. So we already told its own natural liberate, desire, the purify into its own natural. Anger is purified into its own natural. So then what happened? We have become Buddha Vajrasattva. If we have the narrow light wisdom. So then we are Buddha Vajrasattva. So Buddha Vajrasattva is not somewhere else. It's our own wisdom. Then that is the actually representative is Buddha. The mandala, like auto level mandala is East Buddha. But this one is talking about absolute truth. Now we go to the third one, Vinasambhava, Vina family. So that is a thought Buddha. And thought Buddha is anger, pride, right? Pride. When pride arises, our mind. So same is like when you pride arises, you don't have to reject your pride. Then rather as desire, pride is purified into its own nature. Pride is liberated in its own ground, So that itself is then economic wisdom, right? Economic wisdom. So we have become Vinasambhava family. So actually, see, 5 Buddha is associated which emotion is the strongest, which one we have, we are associated this that Buddha. So now, this pride is like you see, it's like love to pride, rootless, groundless, that's own naturally liberate. So then that time we have equanimity, wisdom, is we are become Vinasambhava family. So when desire is already we talked, desire we already talked in this book has all information. This is based on the desire, but it has to follow by other ones. So when desire is we already talked, it's discriminating wisdom. So when desire arises, you recognize and use discriminating wisdom, become via Buddha Amitabha, also Pema family. And then that is the West. So no, North Buddha is Amongasiddhe, Karma family. So when pride arises, jealousy arises. So if you follow the jealousy, then you are ordinary. So you just stop the jealousy, then you are samatha meditator. Then you stop the no rejecting jealousy. So let arise jealousy. You see the jealousy, look to the jealousy. Jealousy is no exist, rootless, groundless, yeah. And liberate its own nature. So then that time you are equanimity, wisdom. So which wisdom is then become
All accomplishing wisdom.
accomplish. Yeah, thank you. I always this 5 wisdom is follow these 5 Buddhas. I'm not really good in numbers. Accomplishment wisdom. You know that wisdom is accomplishment wisdom. So you are become Buddha among us today. Buddha. So this all, see, look to really carefully, is 5 Buddha is all is our own mind, wisdom, different aspects. So now you recognize what means wisdom. Wisdom has worldly wisdom and absolute truth wisdom. It's different. So worldly wisdom is someone who has a really intelligent, so who can create medicines, who can create the special bombs or things, right? Something like that. So that also has wisdom. That wisdom is not the Dharma wisdom. But Dharma wisdom is, so you have to know this something like for the liberation, something for use for liberation. So Dharma wisdom means associated with wisdom is like liberation, not cause of samsara, causes of liberation. Dharma wisdom. Other worldly wisdom is causes of samsara. So samsara wisdom also, some is positive, some is negative. Who create medicine that is a positive wisdom. Who create weapons is negative wisdom. So then we go to Dharma. So wisdom is like causes of liberation. And then they have many different levels of wisdom. So this one is the highest level wisdom. Highest level wisdom is, so recognize our thought, emotions, essence, and the liberating. So that is this 5 wisdoms. Then that is actually that wisdoms arise these 5 Buddhas. So each Buddha has these 5 wisdoms. Without the 5 wisdom, cannot have one Buddha has like 4 wisdom. Must be each Buddha has these 5 wisdoms. So then that means like Buddha not only like this 4 direction what usually we think. All this Buddha has 5 wisdoms. All thinking beings can be achieve 5 Buddha family, 5 wisdom, 5 Buddha family, because we have 5 afflictive emotions. If you have only 4 afflictive emotions, then you are 4 Buddhas. You're missing one there. So we have 5 afflictive emotions, great, good thing. So when we are become Buddha, we are arise 5 Buddha family. Okay, so that's today the teaching. We can leave there. Thank you, everyone. So then we come back to evening, 7 o'clock. So we meditate, and this prayers we're going to do evening, Manjushri prayer. This we're going to finish it. So you can chant Om Wangi Shoramon, Om Wangi Shoramon, increasing your wisdom. So today, actually, accidentally, I read all the way to enter the mantra. Actually, I want to only read the part of the press to Manjushri. So good is like we already went into the mantra. So now we have to create, accumulate mantra, and then accumulate mantra. So increasing wisdom. People who practice Manjushri, it's really increasing wisdom. It's become big difference, not increasing these worldly wisdoms, but really increasing Dharma wisdom. That is not dropped. Many people has experience. So usually we, in the Tibetan tradition, who study this philosophy, and they go always to meditate like Manjushri retreat, and then go back to study and go back to Manjushri retreat, accumulate this mantra again and again. So you don't see that 1 day, 2 days change, but so you can see after a couple of years, like you create mantras, your wisdom, Dharma wisdom is arising. So each Buddha has different aspects. When you chant Chenrezig often and often mantras, like compassion is arising. Yeah. With the chant, the Manjushri mantra accumulate and the practicing is Dharma wisdom is arising. So then other Buddha, each one has of course a benefit. One Buddha benefit everything, but this Manjushri is specifically wisdom. Then of course increasing compassion, love, other things too, remove obstacles too. But specifically introduced to our ignorance. Chenrezig practice is specifically introduced anger. So, of course, introduced to other emotions, but more powerfully introduced to anger. So same is the food, like they have something different kind of nutrition there, right?
Anger, I don't know.
So you talk about calories or what is it, they talk about many different things. I don't know what is it they're going on. I just see the food, but I don't see other calories or something in there. Many things going on, nutrition. So like that, this food is actually, of course, like help for remove our hunger. But at the same time, there has so many different nutritions, different kind, calories, help for different ways. So like that, each Buddha is practices like that. So then individually also have a little bit different ways connections. Some is more easy to accomplishment, some is harder. It's followed by your feeling connections. and also your spiritual teacher's connection. So that followed by many different author circumstances there. We don't know. Okay, so thanks everyone, and we're going to do the dedication. Maryline, please forward the dedication.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you. Tashi Dele Kemo Domala.
It is something that comes back to you. So if you're harming others,
Emma Ho. In the center is marvelous Buddha, Amitabha of boundless light. On the right side is the Lord of great compassion, and on the left is Vajrapani, the Lord of power for me. All are surrounded by limitless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Immeasurable peace and happiness is the bliss for pure land of Devaji. When I and all beings pass from samsara, may we be born there without taking samsara rebirth. May I have the blessing of meeting Amitabha face to face. By the power of the blessing of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, may we attain this aspiration without hindrance. Tiyata, Pinzandaya, Avam, Bodhanaya, Soha, Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind. Where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. By this virtue, may I achieve omniscience by defeating all enemies, confusion. May all who travel on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. As Manjushri Devero realized the ultimate state, and as did Samantabhadra, I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. May the teaching of the Guru Digompa Ranashiri, who is the omniscient Lord of Dharma, Master of Interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of the samsara. Thank you, everyone. See you evening. So you have questions, also bring to evening.
Thank you, Kempola.
Thank you. See you later.
thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank you, Kempo. Bye.
Bye. Tashi Dele Kemo Domala.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.